Hey, good morning, guys. Today we are going to talk about, sorry. Today we're going to talk about the mean, median, mode, and the range. Okay, so I know we talked about this in class the other day, but I do want to just give you guys a refresh. There will be notes. I'm going to post some notes up to the website, so if you need them. I also teach this to a much higher level, so like if you see symbols like this, don't get intimidated by them. I'll explain to you what they mean. So what they mean. So your mean is your average. Okay. So if you know how to take an average, you go ahead and you take an average. Um, what you're going to do is you're going to add up all your pieces of data. You're going to add up all these numbers and divide by however many number of entries there are. Okay. So we're going to say add up data and divide by the number of entries. Just to show you guys what those symbols mean, if you entries, if you guys see the notes and you see this, you're like, well, what is that? It's nothing crazy. Our data is X, right? And we want to add that up. So we would say we want to take the sum of that. This symbol right here is theta, it's uppercase theta. It means sum of X. So all that means is add together all of your X values. N is your number of entries. Okay, so how many numbers are here? And X bar is what we call the mean. So I know you walk into this and it looks like something you would see in a cartoon, right? Like some like crazy complex equation that you don't know about. There's nothing crazy about this. This means take the summation, add together. You guys know how to add together everything in X, divide by N, which is the number of entries, and we call that number X bar. X will head on it. Okay. So again, if you know how to take an average, add them all together. Okay. So how do we do that for these numbers? What we do, we would add up all these numbers. What would we say? We would say 5 plus 3 plus 7 plus 2 plus 4 plus another 4 plus another 2 plus a 4 plus an 8 plus a 3 plus a 4 plus a 3 plus 4. Okay. And you would divide that by your number of entries. And again, how many numbers are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. So again, this is calculator work. If you want, it doesn't, you can start to kind of, get some of these down. So I know 3 and 4 is 7, so that's another 7 and another 7. I know 8 and 2 is 10. I know 4, 4, and 4 is 4, 4, 4 is 12, plus 2 makes 14, plus 7 makes 21, so let's start there at 21. I know that 5 and 3 makes 8. Okay, you can look for combinations of 10. What I've got, 7 and 7 is 14, 14 and 10 is going to be 24, and 8 and 21 is going to be 29. Now the 29 and 54, or 29 and 24 is going to be, was it 53? So average 53 over 13, which I need a calculator for. Sorry, guys. Okay, and what are you going to get? You're going to get that 53 over 13. Just a quick thing with the calculator. I know you guys love using the calculator, so your average is 4.7. That's your mean, whatever it is. And hopefully that's right. I'll go and check in a second and show you. I know a lot of you guys are very big on just going ahead and plugging the numbers into the calculator, which is all well and good. You just need to be a little bit smart about this. If you go ahead and just go into the calculator and do this, you say 5 plus 3 plus 7 plus 2 plus 4 plus 4 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 3 plus 4 plus 3 plus 4, and do this divided by 13, you're going to get the wrong answer. Okay? Remember your order of operations. Your calculator does division first. So it's going to do 4 divided by 13, and then it's going to add all these numbers to it, and that's not what you want. So it will give you a number like this. So your average is not 49 for these numbers, okay? So if you're going to do it all in a calculator, make sure your top is in parentheses. 5 plus 3 plus 7 plus 2 plus 4 plus 4 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 3 plus 4 plus 3 plus 4. Close your parentheses and then divide by 13. Okay, and hopefully we get the same number we got before, which we did. Okay, so that is your average. Okay, your mean. Okay, so your average for this one was 4.07, I believe, right? 4.07, 4.08. Okay, and round to whatever you feel appropriate. I don't believe your problems for your homework tonight are going to have anything where there's decimals. Okay, all right, your median. Your median, the first thing you need to do is you need to put these numbers from order from lowest to highest. Okay, so we had 13 numbers going in, we should have 13 numbers going out. So I got a 2. I got a 2. I kind of like to underline them as I'm going. I have a 3, a 3, and a 3. 3, 3, and a 3. Don't cross them out as you're going. Then if you need to get back to your numbers, you can. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 4s, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3. I got a 5. I have no 6s. I got 1 7 and 1 8. If it's not a crazy amount of numbers, go back and count. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. Okay, so your median is the number in the middle. Okay, so your median is just the one in the middle. So again, if we had 13 numbers, okay, that means that there's 6 on one side, 6 on the other, right? If I kind of close in, so I'm going to go 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then 1 2 3 4 5 6. So what's your median? 4. It's number in the middle. If there's an even number of entries, like we talked about in class, you're just going to take the average of the two numbers in the middle. So just add them together and divide by 2. All right. Your mode is the number that occurs the most often. It's pretty straightforward. You're looking for the number that occurs the most often. If there's more than one number that occurs often, so like here, 4 shows up 1 2 3 4 5 times, right? 3 shows up 3 times, 2 shows up 2 times. So your mode is going to be 4 is the most. Okay, and if there's, say, we had something like this where I had 2s also show up 5 times. So if we had something like this, so I have a tie, right? I have like 5 2s and 5 4s. Then there is no mode. Okay, so it's one of the disadvantages we talked about. The mode is there's not always one. Okay, if every number only occurs once, there's no mode. And the last thing is the range, which we didn't talk about. Range is pretty straightforward. All you have to do is take your highest number and your lowest number and subtract. Okay. So what's your highest number here? 8. What's your lowest number? 2. So 8 minus 2 is 6. Okay. So that just tells you that what's your spread here, like how many different numbers could be in the middle of your highest point, your lowest point, and that's 6. So we have 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s. We don't have any 6s, 7s, and 8s. Okay. So just take your highest number and your lowest number and subtract. Okay. So again, let's do this real quick, and then how much time are we working on here? Okay. We'll do this one. Okay. So again, what's your mean? Let's add all these numbers together. Very good to be fast with the calculator with this stuff. The worst mistake you can make, obviously, is to go ahead and not forget to put your parentheses. So 89 plus 50 plus 68 plus 60 plus 375. These are condo rentals, by the way. Plus 55 plus 500 plus 71 plus 40 plus 350 plus 60 plus 50 plus 250. Don't worry, none of the stuff in your homework is quite this involved. 5 plus 235 plus 65 plus 60 plus 130. Close your parentheses, and what are we dividing by? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so what's your mean? Your mean is going to be 136.15. Again, sometimes when we're talking about money, it's, you know, kind of obvious that it should be dollars and cents. Okay, so again, what do? We add up all those numbers divided by 20. Okay, the median, again, we have to kind of put these numbers in order. So again, I got my lowest price, it's like 45. Oh, sorry, I got a 40, right? So I got a 40, 45, another 45. Now what else do I got? I got a 55. I got a 50, a 55. I got a, oh, I got another, I missed a 50. I got another 50 over here. 50, 55. I got a 260s, 360s. I got a 65. I got a 68. Anything else? I got a 71. All right, and then what else I got? I got a 80. What am I looking at? I don't know where you get into the big money ones. I got a 125 and a 130. 125, 130. What else I got? I got a 235, a 250, 350, a 375, and a 500. Now, if that wasn't, if you're still watching, for you, but if that's not a painful enough process, don't worry. I'm going to show you guys some tips and tricks. Okay, so your median, again, if there's 20 numbers that we counted, we should have 10 in each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, since there's two numbers here in the middle, what we have to do is we have to take the average of those numbers. So the median. What are we going to do? We're going to say 65 plus 68 divided by 2, which is going to be 6650. Okay, again, what do? Parentheses 65 plus 68, close parentheses, and divide by 2. Okay, 6650. Okay, your mode, what showed up the most times? 60, 3 times. Okay. Your range, again, what was your biggest number? 500. What was your smallest number? 40. So your range is going to be 460. So painstaking process, right? Like huge pain if you have to do with this with a lot of numbers. What if I gave you these numbers, which are the number, these are 40 students that took credits at a college and how many credits they took. You don't want to sit here and do this. This was bad enough with 20 numbers. Now we may want to do it with 40 numbers. I don't think so. So the best thing you can do is go ahead and input your data into a spreadsheet. We will talk about this. And so say we wanted to, first of all, we wanted to put this number in order. You can go ahead and say, if I highlighted all these numbers, let's go ahead and let's sort from highest to lowest. So right there is sort from highest to lowest. What if I wanted to find the mean of this number, the median of this number, the mode of this number? It's very, you go over here, you press functions, you're going to press the average, and it's going to tell you what your average is, okay? If you went over here and you said, hey, what's your mode? You're going to go over here and you're going to press, you're going to go all, you're going to go down to mode, right? And median right here, right? So let's do median while we're here. So what's the median? Your median's 15, okay? It becomes a very easy process. So we are going to talk about how technology is going to help us with some of these things, especially when we get large numbers like this, okay? So we'll talk about this as a free program. You guys can use it online. So don't worry, none of your samples are as big as the ones in the video today, but just give them a try, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.